Hey, it's Nox. You're listening to the fourth episode of the Maybes, a safe space for overthinkers and seekers of truth. Here, we explore the thoughts the world is too scared to speak. Well, this is gonna be a second part, a part two of This Was Supposed to Stay in My Head, because I did not finish what was supposed to stay in my head. Um, I genuinely cannot believe it's my fourth episode of this podcast. I mean, even though no one's listening or commenting or anything like that, but still I'm pretty much enjoying emptying my brain and my mind in here without the fear of being judged or being, I don't know, canceled or something for my weird ass thoughts. I mean, I don't know, like the fact that I don't have a big audience or even no audience at all is in one way or another comforting because I get to say whatever I want. And YouTube is a free platform, open platform, an open space for yappers like me to just post whatever they want. Until one day, probably there will be someone listening to this, and then I'm gonna be like, oops, I thought no one was listening, so whatever. In the last episode, I spoke and talked and whatever, yapped about my existential crisis of the 20s. Like, yeah, I hit the 20s, yeah, the lottery or whatever they call it. Now 21, by the way, which was kind of, I wouldn't say it was more disastrous than hitting 20, but it did not go quietly either. Let's just say that. So, as I said, I talked about the existential crisis I had, my breakup with my best friend, the change of perspective I had all of a sudden. And the breakup I had with my best friend is actually what I'm about to continue on because I didn't finish what I was going to say. I went back to the episode and, you know, like to see where did I stop, and then I realized I said I began like a sentence and didn't finish it later on, and so it's time for me to do that. And so I was going to say something that was going to make me evil, and I kind of forgot what I was going to say, but then I guess I remembered. I hope it was what I was going to say, but whatever. So one of the reasons I kind of stopped wanting to be friends with her is somehow I felt better than her overall. Better than her, not like in general as a person, because it's really hard to say this person is better than someone. Like, you gotta specify at least one thing. Like, you compare the two of them. You can't just say, oh, this person is better than this one, period. No. And so I started to not believe, but feel. I started to feel that I was better than her in the things I um appreciate the most or admire the most in a person. And as I said, for me to be friends with someone, I really must admire them or aspire to be like them in, those aspects of life that I give importance to or like value in life. And in those elements, I started to feel better than her. And that is the reason why I kind of stopped admiring her as a person. And You know how they say, like, curiosity is what makes a relationship sustainable? I guess it's pretty much, at least for me, the same thing for friendship. Like, it goes with friendships too. If you stop being curious about the other person, stop admiring them or feeling um like feel that they're special, okay? If you lose that feeling, I guess it's hard to continue being friends with them. I don't know, but that's just me. Like, again, tell me in the comments if I am not the only one who feels this way. So that you will bring me peace and I will bring peace to you. And so when that happened, and as I said, these all these things kind of accumulated silently and quietly, and then one day it all came down to this conclusion that, yeah, my brain was like, yeah, girl, you're not gonna be friends with her anymore. I don't know if it's a good thing, bad thing. I don't know. I'm just telling you guys what happened, okay? Like, consider it a story or something like that. And when I realized that I stopped admiring her and all that, it's kind of like losing interest in some way. Yeah. So I kind of lost interest in her. I feel weird saying this expression, but it kind of is. I don't know. And obviously, I did not realize that at the time. As I said in the last episode, after I did what I did and I ghosted her and all that, I had to ask myself, Nox, why did you do that? Like, why? I'm someone who's insightful, okay? And I'm not saying this to brag, but like, I analyze everything I do, like, at least pretty much. And I guess that's just a sophisticated way to say that you're an overthinker. Yeah. Every time, but this is quite a big thing. I mean, ghosting your best friend, that's not something casual or something you do every day, right? I mean, I do ghost people, not on a daily basis, but like, for example, every time um, a chapter of my life ends, I don't really keep those friendships, or I don't know. I don't even know if I should call them friendships, but whatever. Like, I dump all the people I met when the chapter I met them in ends, if that makes sense. I don't know if they feel like burden to me or something. Maybe it's just the excitement of that new chapter. Like, when you're about to enter a new chapter in your life, and for that to feel really new and all that, like, you kind of throw old clothes, you clean your room, I don't know, you stop doing your bad old habits, whatever, like, you kind of do a reset, okay? And for me, that reset includes people as well. If I could do the same to my family, I probably would, but family ties never never quit your life, really. Um and so I guess when I realized that, I was like, damn, I did not think I took this admiration thing that seriously. I mean, I noticed that there was a pattern in my friendships. Like, I only went for the pretty girls, the smart ones, the rich ones, the funny ones, the cool ones. I mean, obviously, there's not a person that gathers all these qualities at once, but like, in general, that's the type I go for: the cool, the fun, the pretty, the smart, the social, the extrovert, whatever. The stuff that I want to have in me, okay? Like, I want to be prettier and cooler and smarter and richer and whatever. And so, if I don't see people around me carrying those qualities, I feel like I'm behind. if that makes sense. I feel um I feel like I don't know, I don't even know how to describe this, but I see myself in my friends, okay? My friends represent me and they reflect something in me. And so if I feel like my friend is a loser or my friend is ugly or my friend is stupid or anything like that, I just can't be friends with them. You see, if for example the friendship started as they were smart, or I was just curious about them and then I realized, oh, they're stupid or they're a loser or something like that, I don't want to be friends with them anymore. And so when this happened with my best friend, and I kind of felt like I was better than her, I, well, there are two main emotions that happen in there. First one, guilt. Because I realized I kind of was better than her, every time I saw her, I felt this guilt inside me. Like I just say, Nox, you should not feel better than people. I mean, people are equal and everyone's like doing their best, etc. And so every time I met her, this intense and immense guilt hit me. And it was just hard. Okay, it was hard to carry around and pretend I was fine and I was normal and all that shit. Okay. Second thing is what I just mentioned, feeling behind and feeling that, wow, there are all those amazing people out there, and I'm here with this person, and they don't match what I want, and they don't match what I aspire to be, and so I feel like it's a waste of time being with them. That's what I felt. And so when all these emotions like accumulated, it was just at some point it was impossible for me to keep friends with her, okay? And because all these reasons are only making sense to me, I could not say to her, this is why and why and why, because it would just hurt her, and I can't do that to someone, okay? And so I just told her that I'm changing from head to toe and I don't know what's going on, but suddenly I'm distancing myself from people. I ghosted her, and that's the explanation I gave her. I know it's bullshit. It sucks, whatever, but I am sorry. Yes, of course, I am sorry for everything that happened and for the way things turned to be or like turned to end. But it was not something I could handle or control. As I said, once I'm over someone, I'm over for good, and there's nothing in me that can make me pretend or fake emotion, okay? That's just the one thing I am not good at. I suck at pretending, okay? And so, don't you think, or like, don't you dare think that after that, my life was roses and sunshines because it was not, dear neurons. Because after that happened, I kind of lost the trust in me or like in my capacity in maintaining friends. I completely lost and like what I did completely killed in me the belief that I can be best friend to someone or someone can be best friend to me, because you know when you say a friend or it's just a friend, but when you say best friend that means it's a long-term friendship that has, I don't know, friendship goals or you know all that crap. So it's not something basic or small. No, it's heavy. It's like marriage. Yes, let's just say that. Um, a best friendship, we could say. I mean, it's as sacred as marriage because it's long term. You share everything. It's, you know what? It's actually, sometimes it can be more sacred than marriage, because you share with your best friend stuff you wouldn't share with your husband. You tell her everything. Like, you know, if you have a best friend, you know, okay? There's no need for me to describe what a best friend looks like or feels like. And so when I did what I did, I lost faith in me, in like maintaining friendships or having a best friend and uh, all that stuff. I saw myself a potential danger for people because I'm unstable, unsteady, I'm moody. Yeah, I am a moody bitch. Let's just say that. Um, and I'm now in my 20s and I'm changing constantly and I'm rebellious and I don't give a fuck and I'm just going wild with life and I don't know what I'm doing, okay? And it's crazy because these kind of, well, the words I just said usually come from the mouth of a boyfriend who's not willing to take care of your um unexpected pregnancy. But here I am, I'm just saying this about a friendship because that's how sacred to me it is, okay? And so as I said, I lost faith in me and now I'm avoidant with people. You see, whenever people talk about avoidance and this uh trait and like the psychology behind it, I mean, uh they uh sell it for a defense mechanism. The person is just defending themselves and protecting themselves against a potential danger or like a potential damage because they have been abandoned in their childhood or something like that. And when they grew up, they just cannot manage being close to someone because whenever they're close to someone, they feel like that person is going to leave them at any given moment. But with me, it's the total opposite, okay? I fear that they won't leave me alone. It's so messed up, but it's the reality. I'm sorry. Like, I'm now an avoidant person. I've always been, but now I'm more, and I'm so indifferent when it comes to interactions and caring about people and all that crap. Because I know that at the moment, in this phase I'm in, I'm psychotic, okay? And I just do whatever comes to mind and I'm impulsive and I'm just all over the place. And so if I'm like getting to know a girl, like a potential friend, and then she gets attached to me quickly and I don't, or whenever I feel like the attachment is happening or like closeness is taking place, I'm on alert mode because I don't want to hurt that person. After what happened, I kind of traumatized myself too, not just her. And so now I'm scared to hurt someone again like that. And I'm scared to be close with someone and then not wanting them anymore and again hurting them and damaging their trust in friendships and friends and best friend and whatever. And so now I'm fully indifferent about people. Like all my friends, there's only one thought that consumes me all day long. I don't care about them anyway. I don't care about them anyway. I just don't, I cannot bring myself to care about someone these days, okay? That's what I'm saying. Yes, I have amazing close friends around me, but whenever an inconvenience happens, as I've said in the other episode, I mean, it's not that I kind of step back or something, but I just consider the entire friendship as not that important, not that precious, not that deep. You see, like I went from that caring person to the total opposite. I don't care. Okay? Like, I don't care about you. I don't care about your friendship. If you're being nice to me and you're being kind and all that, yeah, I'm glad, and we're gonna talk and we're gonna have fun. And if you care about me, I'm gonna care about you. But if you don't, then I don't. Okay? If you don't want to do this, then I don't. Fuck you. Like, okay, whatever. I lost that sense of caring, or maybe it's just me being apathetic, traumatized girl. But weirdly, it gives me a sense of pride and strength. Because, I mean, what's better? Or like, what's worse, let's say? What's more threatening or more pathetic? Being attached to someone or not being able to get attached to someone? As I'm gonna speak for myself, as someone who has experienced being or like having attachment issues with people who did not give a fuck about me. And so I've been there and I've experienced that feeling, and it was awful. Okay, it was awful, not just hurtful, but it was like hurting me as a, like, it was hurting my decency and my self-esteem, and like, I don't know, it was just so disgracing and so humiliating to care about someone who doesn't feel the same about you. And so I killed that girl, that person in me. And with time, I started being the total opposite, as I said. I'm now indifferent about people. And I just don't care about them. I don't care about what they say. I don't care about what they feel about me. I'm not saying this in the sense that I'm gonna hurt them and I don't care. No. I'm just saying that I lost the ability to get attached to someone or maybe love someone. I wasn't going to say that because it felt scary to me to say I'm incapable of love. But here we go. Whenever I start yapping, I end up saying something big like that. But at the same time, if you ask me, are you planning on staying like that forever? No. I am only like this because well, so far, I haven't found a perfect match for me. I'm not saying a perfect person. No, I'm saying someone who, like, I want a friend who I'm going to feel safe with, sharing everything, and I'm not going to be judged, and I'm not going to be cancelled, and I'm not going to be lectured. I mean, I know everybody says a good friend is the one who gives you advice even when you don't want it, who tells you when you're wrong and all that. I mean, yes, I do want it, but I really want someone who is, I don't know, genius enough to do that, but still not make me feel judged, or because it hurts me. It hurts me to be judged. It hurts me to um feel constantly misunderstood by the closest person to me, which is my best friend, or like who's supposed to be my best friend. Okay, because that's what I feel around all my close friends right now. I am, as I said, I'm all over the place. I'm unsteady. Yeah, and I see my friends, and I feel like they're totally normal, and they're not going through what I go through, or at least not in the same way, which is totally normal and expected. Everyone is in their own journey, but I just feel so lonely, you know? I feel so lonely, and it hurts me to my core because not all people have the capacity to understand something that they're not going through. And so most people won't understand you. And when they won't understand you, they will judge you, okay? Or they will just don't care because, as I said, like, you can't care or understand something that you've never felt, okay? At least that's how I feel, or how my friends made me think. Okay? And so maybe one day, if I get to meet a good match for my personality in the form of a best friend, then of course I'm gonna get super, super, super attached to her. Because yeah, I mean, duh, if it's someone who's worth fighting for and worth loving and worth considering as your soulmate, then fuck yeah, of course I'm gonna love them. But right now I feel like all these people around me are just temporary assets or parameters that won't really stay for long, and I can feel that and I can see that. And so that is why I'm not really into mode lover with them. So yeah, it's not that I feel like it's not that I'm incapable of love, but I kind of managed to have this insane feature to control my emotion and control my love towards the person. If I see a potential in them to be a good match for me, then of course I'm gonna be open for them. But if I don't, then I'm not. Sorry, I'm not gonna open my heart for someone like you. Not that you're wrong or I'm wrong. It's just you're not who I'm looking for. And I know in this episode I sounded like or I sound like I'm someone who's talking about marriage or love, or but love in general, it has to be with someone who's worth it, okay? Whether platonic, romantic, family, whatever, it really needs to be with you must experience it with someone who's like who deserves it, who's worth your sacrifice, your that chamber we talked about in the very first episode of the Maybes. So yeah, go listen to it again. I really love that one. It's really special to me, um because it sums up how I feel about love and how I perceive it. And the second one too, physical touch. That one is, yeah, that one too is important to me. So that's it for today. I just wanted to say that if you're in your 20s, it's totally normal to feel all over the place and feel chaotic and feel messy, and because we're just figuring it out. I mean, 20 is the actual baby phase, okay? Everything before 20 was just a pre-setup for your actual life, if that makes sense, okay? That's how I feel, because before 20 you're not even thinking, you're just like absorbing, you see? It's like a plant that's still underground. And after hitting the 20s, then you kind of, you know, emerge and, you know, get up and see how big and immense the world is, okay? That is why it's totally normal to freak out. This is something I'm saying to me and you, dear neurons. We all need to learn to slow down and take it easy and give ourselves this time and space to be free and be us and figure it out. We're just humans. We're not gods. We're not angels. We don't know shit, okay? We're just existing on this earth, and we're trying to, you know, live the best way possible and, make the best of it. But at the end, it's just us trying, okay? The trials are eternal. And now I'm 21, and the crisis is obviously still going on, and I know that it will go on for more than 21. I don't know when it's gonna stop. I don't even know if it's gonna stop, because I feel like if you stop your brain, if you stop asking questions and all that, I mean, you're dying. You're dying, or like you're getting really, really old. I feel like as long as you're asking questions and getting crazy and still wanting to explore and all that, yeah, you're still alive and you're still young. No matter what your age is, by the way. Age is just a number, whereas your soul and your mind are what actually defines you, okay, as a person. If you're still listening, please tell me what's your take on everything I just said. Do you relate? Do you not? Do you feel like I'm psychotic, really, or not at all? Tell me how are your 20s going? How's that journey coming up? Um, what's your take on it? Like, how are you experiencing this journey? Are you following the rules or being rebellious? Are you just surviving or actually living? Tell me everything in the comments. I am eager to read them all. Remember that the Maybes is a safe space for overthinkers and seekers of truth. So lay out everything in the comments. And that was me letting my thoughts about life breathe for a moment. Thank you for being here and listening. Please tell me what's your take about this in the comments. This was my Mind After Dark. See you in the next thought.